Hello YouTube, I'm back with the next My Little Pony review, and today I'm reviewing the four-part episode story called Bright Lights. This is an episode that involves a little bit of, I think there's a little bit of Michael Jackson parody in this, because there's a pony named Nightshade, whose spelling is never consistent throughout. But obviously, I mean, if you look at him, he's got the hair, he's got an afro, more or less. He does have a band. I feel this is, and especially since this takes place in the 80s, which was like his highlight, his big, is like his main, main highlight, like his best, like the highlight of his career kind of thing, where it was like he was a big shot and everything, so. But there's more to it than that, especially because Nightshade ends up working for a zebra named Zeb, and who in turn is also working for a sort of muscular cloud-like creature named Erebus, who's basically the driving force behind the whole thing. Because Zeb ends up getting two baby ponies involved with Nightshade because they want to perform on stage. He gets them to do that. But also, it's kind of sort of a front because he ends up taking their shadows, making them sick. And he ends up getting he's mostly doing it for Erebus, because Erebus needs the shadows to kind of keep himself as large and muscular as he actually is. Because if he doesn't, within a couple hours, he will actually shrink. And that's what the characters end up using by the fourth part. They end up taking advantage of that. But first, they get snared by a mayor of a mouse town, as well as dealing with the angry mob from Greyvale, which is where this whole thing started. This is where Zeb ended up getting the shadows of everyone else, just to make Nightshade the star he became by this point. So, but it's an interesting episode. There's a little animation error involving the baby ponies when they're stuck in the mouse trap. Yes, they get stuck in the mouse trap, including Megan and a couple others. Most of them end up losing their shadows. They end up being basically sick and out of it, almost in a trance, but not quite. They don't feel like themselves. That's. He ends up using like a satchel, sort of like a purse type thing, where it opens up. It'll end up snaring shadows. But it's interesting. I mean, you're not expecting it. It ends up being very lighthearted to start. Being 4 parts, ends up going quite a ways. And as I said, the Michael Jackson parody is in there. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure that it's a Michael Jackson parody, but I've got a pretty good hunch that it is. Mind you. But yeah, it's 4 parts. Shouldn't be too long. If you're, end up not liking it, you might as well finish it if you end up getting halfway through it or something like that. But yeah, Erebus is kind of interesting, because, I mean, he's kind of muscular, and he ends up basically literally feeding off of the shadows of everyone else. So if you end up seeing, like, there is, I think, one website that rumored that it was, like, some sort of evil satanic thing that was behind the whole, like, proof that My Little Pony is satanic. Don't buy into that. That's totally bogus. I've watched the episode. You may have trouble finding it nowadays because it's not on. I don't think it's on Dailymotion anymore, but I was able to find it. And since I'm reviewing it here, you can take it from me at least a little bit, and then I'm sure it's up elsewhere. My Little Wiki probably may have something on it anyway as well, but. It's an interesting set of 4 episodes. Get a little bit of a twist here and there. Figure, okay, it's just going to be about them in a band, because that's how it starts off. But it's not how it ends up, because they end up... It seems all nice. I mean, Zeb was probably really... I mean, his soul gets taken, as I recall, towards the end of at least the 3rd or 4th part, somewhere in there. But they do. They end up beat him, as you would expect. So, yeah, that's my review on My Little Pony's Bright Lights. Thanks for watching.